Survival Mode. Arguably the best way to play Fallout 4, as it makes the game so much more challenging and helps immerse yourself into the game in a way that you can't get from any of the easier difficulties. As if it's not already challenging enough, with the fact that you can only save by sleeping, as time goes on you progressively get hungry and thirsty, which drain your strength and make you weaker unless you satisfy those needs. But what if we completely ignore them? And then take it a step further and limit ourselves to no consumable items at all. And that brings us to this video, where I found out if it's possible to beat Fallout 4 with no consumable items. So I started off this run without a solid idea for a character, so I just decided to run with a Giga Chad inspired look. What I did prepare for though was the necessary special points that I needed. I invested most of my points into endurance and agility to unlock a variety of damage resistance and weapon damage perks. Then I dragged my feet right through the rest of this intro sequence.
We're gonna be okay. I love you.
We love you too.
Upon exiting the vault, it's clear for the first few hours of this playthrough, it's going to be a race against time. I quickly loot Sanctuary, grab Dogmeat, and go to Concord, only to loot the Raiders and never see the Minutemen ever again. Dogmeat didn't seem up for the no consumables challenge, and I had to give him a little talk. Oh, but I can't help you, I can't use stim packs. It's a dog-eat-dog world, alright? These guys are dogs. Let's go to Diamond City. Like the idiot that I am, this is the point where I realized that I could sell 8 items instead of just dropping them. Wait. I can sell stim packs. Oh my gosh, I can be a drug dealer instead of a drug user. This is perfect. So I ran and grabbed my stim packs and some extra chems, and then I continued my quest for Diamond City, selling them along the way. On our way to Diamond City, I'd like to explain exactly how long I have before I really start to suffer from these hunger and thirst debuffs. According to the Fallout Wiki, it takes about 3 hours to starve, which is the point where I start taking damage. The amount of time it takes to become severely dehydrated, however, is almost exactly an hour less. So I want to progress as far as I can in about 2 hours. If I had the skills of the top 17 for the Fallout 4 glitchless speedrunning category, I'd have no problem. However, they didn't do this in survival mode, so they were able to fast travel. Even the top 2 places on the survival glitchless category barely beat the game in under 2 hours and 15 minutes. Put simply, I can't do that. But that won't stop me from doing as much as I can. On arriving to Diamond City, I loot the armor off of a recently deceased law enforcement officer, talk to an unimportant newswoman,
You want into Diamond City, right?
No, not really.
and proceed into Diamond City and rob the mayor blind. While I try to skip finding Nick Valentine by going straight to Kellogg's house, he apparently still lives there since he hasn't installed his secret button yet. What? No button. I'm totally gonna steal his clothes and sell them. After a short break in Diamond City, where I suspiciously sell back every store's exact number of stolen chems to them, I head off with a man who is not in any way associated with the town's local all-female news outlet, as I don't really like to get political or talk to women. As I head into Park Street Station with my morally grey companion, I try to collect as much off of the Tricky Men as possible so I can hopefully sell it all in Diamond City in hopes to get the glorious spray and pray submachine gun.
You sent me a message first, yeah? I'll leave you to study Birmingham. You want the button?
Ah, my knight in shining armor.
There's no way. way.
Throw your life away.
Don't you try to confuse me! Get him, Skinny!
No. What'd you do to me? God. So I successfully saved Nick, but unfortunately I've started to starve and dehydrate. Though, that also means that I can slow down as I'm not competing against the clock anymore. And, oh, I've got a level up. I should decide on a perk or something. Look, you may disagree with me on this one, but this perk is perfectly safe to use. There's a certain survival mode exclusive debuff you get from eating people, and it's called the Dark Craving, which states that food no longer satisfies your hunger. So technically, the game doesn't recognize people as food, and in the rules of this run it clearly states no consumable items. So if you think that it's against the rules for me to use this perk, then you're saying people are objects and food. That's kind of messed up if you ask me. So if you disagree with me using this perk, you're a bad person, not me. So I tell Nick about my son, investigate my mortal enemy's drinking and smoking habits, and use that to leak his address. And, oh, it looks like Dogmeat wants a second chance. Too bad that I don't care. I arrived at Fort Hagen, found a bed, and started getting to work on eliminating Kellogg's home security system.
Motion detected at the front door.
Up until this point, I've had a relatively easy time, simply because of my immense skill when playing this game. But this is the point where the game gets a little difficult. I had so many attempts that it's not even funny. So I left, temporarily, to gain experience at an internship with a synth extermination company, and learned some of their weaknesses. Like a huge jet. They let me join their little club. Nick and I then came back to Fort Hagen, but with a plan this time, which consisted of sleeping, killing a few synths, running away, sleeping, and just slowly chipping away at the number of synths in the building. Until finally we reach Kellogg and surprise him with a miniature thermonuclear projectile that we found in his house. Hold on, I gotta turn my music up for this part.
People of the Commonwealth, do not interfere.
Henceforth, Nick and I head back to Diamond City, get unneeded input from our former follower, and decide to head to the memory den to take a peek inside Kellogg's brain. And I thought up this genius strategy to get into Good Neighbor using a cone to climb one of the outside walls, and my hard drive was filled. I ran out of space, and OBS stopped recording, and I didn't even notice. I played until I got the Brotherhood power armor, I ran around in some guy's mind, and I only figured out that I hadn't recorded it all until I started my trek to the glowing sea to find Virgil.
What was that?
I think that was a vertebrate. This glowing sea mission is the closest I've come to quitting on anything important in my life, ever.
All right.
I was gonna say.
Did you die?
Yeah. Shoot the bug! Shoot the bug! Shoot it! No!
Oh. I don't
dad.
want you to die. No.
Worst happened. Overcome.
Oh.
Why did I just pause? Persevere.
No,
Sweep
no.
my feet. And ultimately, win. Made it. Oh my god. This pain montage was brought to you by Suck It Liberals and produced by I Can Do Literally Anything Productions. Thank you for watching. Now back to Diamond City. Here, I can sell all of my little trinkets and doodads to check off the first real goal of this run, obtaining the spray and pray. I now have 9 caps. My new best friend and I make it to Green Tech Genetics to kill a synth courser, but first, we gotta clear out all these gunners. After that whole debacle at Green Tech to get the Courser chip, Paladin Dance and I head back to Diamond City. But on the way back, I stumble upon a chem deal in progress. Which reminds me that I completely forgot about the man I murdered in cold blood, and I stole a note off his corpse that tells the exact location, time, and date of this exact exchange.
Better just shoot him, Paul.
Yeah, forgot about that.
I am rather looking forward to this analysis, aren't you? I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedures today, Gordon.
It's about to go critical.
No! Stay back! Gordon!
After acquiring infinite wealth in the form of illegal drugs, we need something immensely more valuable. The code to this chip, which can get us inside access to the Institute. And here's that cone trick I was trying to show off before.
I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
Start working on the rest of the chip. And you? I'd love to work with you more. Let me know if you're interested. But to be crystal clear...
Chuckle nuts!
After all that, all I really need from here is just Dr. Lee. I've already convinced her to join the Brotherhood, and I'm never coming back until it's actually time to destroy the Institute. Until then, all I need is some magnets and some bombs.
It's been a pleasure serving with you.
Ad Victorium, brother.
We're nearing towards the end of the game now, and this is when my choices will decide the fate of the Commonwealth's people. And end my suffering, because this challenge took me literal weeks. It took me forever to figure out how to kill Glory, because no matter what, the rate of fire of her minigun was no match for my 1 HP. So I scoured my inventory for resources, and found a Nuka grenade that I completely forgot I had. And after a few attempts, I finally killed her, and the rest was easy. Now all I have left is one more quest before I take the dreaded Liberty Prime walk. Because Bethesda, for some reason, decided that they should bring the worst part of Fallout 3 into this game. To complete this quest, all I have to do is steal a made-up thing called a beryllium agitator. When this menu revealed itself, it honestly had me contemplating my decisions during this playthrough. I mean, these synths, they've been enduring the same struggles as me. No eating, no drinking. And Paladin Dance, he was one of my best friends. Maybe killing him was wrong. Maybe those scientists really have no malicious intentions. And the Institute is making incredible strides in the advancements in technology that even scientists today would marvel at. Maybe, just maybe, I've gone on the wrong path. Maybe I should give them a chance. Then again, no.
You're not going anywhere with me.
This video took me about 2 weeks to edit, and I'd say about 50 hours of straight gameplay that I had to sift through, and not to mention playthrough. I'll probably do more in the future, maybe stream some. If you made it this far, do me the favor, subscribe. So yeah, see ya.